Hi everyone, Dan Walsh here. Thank you so much for watching those tunes. I hope you enjoyed them. I'm going to talk you through them now. So I'll be doing a series of these tutorials on the tunes from my book. The book, I should mention, is aimed very much at sort of intermediate to advanced players, but it might be useful even if you've not been claw hammering long. You might just get a few tips along the way. I do have a Patreon page with lots of videos about different techniques and different aspects of techniques, so do consider signing up to that. But in the meantime, enough plugging. Let's talk through the tunes in the book, which is available on Amazon. Sorry, couldn't resist. But I'm going to start with a tune called The Hag with the Money, rather brilliant title. This is a great jig. Just to say from the outset that with jigs, my general rule is to play them using a formula called MTM. So what that means is with a jig, you've got 6 quavers in the bar, you've got 2 groups of 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each group of 3, MTM. So M is your middle finger or your index finger, if you use your index finger, for your first note. The middle quaver, use either your thumb or a left hand slur, and the third quaver, return to your finger. So down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. That's basically the rule. There's 1 or 2 places where we break that rule, but I'll talk you through that as we get to it. So the hag with the money. The A part begins with a technique called an Offstring Pull-Off, which quite a few of you might have seen. So what this involves is you play the first note like so. So that's your 3rd string open. Oh, I should have mentioned, sorry, we're in double C. Double C tuning, capo 2nd fret. Sorry, should have said that at the beginning. So you're going to play your 3rd string, use a left hand finger to pull off the 2nd string, and then play the 2nd string again with your finger. We're in 2nd position here, so that's 1st finger plays the 2nd fret, 2nd finger plays the 3rd fret, 3rd finger plays the 4th fret, and so on. So what I'd recommend is use your 1st finger for that, and those are your first 3 notes. Then we're going to carry on with 3 notes on the 3rd string, which is open, hammer on the 4th, open again. Like that. I'm going to talk about the notes as if we're in C, because we're in double C tuning, so we're thinking in C, but we do actually come out as D because of the capo. That's one of the peculiarities of folk music. So generally we've got the capo on a lot of the time to match the fiddle. So we're going to play G, C, C, G, B, G. That's the first bar. Then we're going to switch over to the 4th string, and we're going to play 5th fret, pull off to the 2nd fret. Really helps if you have both fingers on ready to do that. So if you get your 1st finger on 2, little finger on 5, immediately, then play the first note, pull off to the second note, and then we're going to play the 4th fret. That's the first group of 3. And then the 4th quaver is a fret 5 on that same string, but it's a crotchet this time, which means it lasts for 2 quavers. So if you're counting, we're going to go, this bar will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're going to leave that 5th fret on for 2 quavers, and the last quaver of the bar is your 2nd fret of the 4th string. So far this is what we have. And it really helps if you move your right hand, or left hand if you're left-handed, down, up, down, down, up, down. Keep that cycle moving all the time, even when there's no note. I know that sounds weird, moving your hand when there's no note, but it's just so that if you play that note, move, then you're ready for your next downstroke. Whereas if you leave your hand where it is, you've got to kind of go back up to go down again. So those are the first 2 bars. The 3rd bar, we're going to play similar to the very beginning. So we're going to play the 4th string this time, pull off the 2nd string, and then play the 2nd string. Like that. And then now we've got 2 semi-quavers. So rather than just 1 quaver, we're going to squeeze 2 notes into that same space. So what we get essentially is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. So ba ba bum bum. So 4, you're going to play your 3rd string, just open, hammer on for that semi-quaver on the 2nd fret, hammer on again for the 4th fret, which is quaver 5, and then your 3rd string again for quaver 6. So the whole thing like that. That's beat 3, and then bar 4 starts the same as bar 2. So on the 4th string, 5, 2, 4, and then we're going to go 5, 2, 0. So the first 4 bars. So those are the first 4 bars of the tune. Bar 5 contains a bit of a tricky manoeuvre. The reason that I put this in is because the O'Neill's collection, which I collected these tunes from, sometimes the tunes, he writes particular ornamentation in the book, and I've tried to stay true to that ornamentation generally. What do I mean by ornamentation? Well, this is grace notes. So these are what's called a grace note. So these are basically little extra notes that you add to a normal note to make it sound ever so slightly fancier. The key thing about these grace notes is they have no time value of their own. So you basically execute them as quickly as possible. So for example, instead of this, you're going to have this. Still basically that note, but with a little extra trill on there. So let me go from the start of that bar. So this is bar 5. So you're going to play the 3rd string. Then you're going to break the normal MTM cycle and play the 2nd string with your finger as well. You can sort of let your finger drag through if you like. But when you play that 2nd string, you're going to do a very quick hammer on the 2nd fret and then a pull off again. Like that. Then you're going to play the 3rd string with your thumb at fret 2. So this is what we get. Then, quaver 4, we get a crotchet. So that's your B, 4th fret of the 3rd string. And then finally, quaver 6 is your open G string, which isn't funny. So that bar 5 in total goes like that. Bar 6 is the same as bar 2, so that's all on the 4th string. 5, 2, 4, 5, 2. Then bar 7, still on the 4th string. Open, hammer on 4, 5. Then we're going to get a little grace note again. So there's a slightly tricky manoeuvre. What I would recommend is if you put your little finger on fret 5 of the 3rd string and your 2nd finger on fret 3, and what you're going to do is pull off your little finger as you hit the string. So this is another of those grace notes. So as you hit the string, you're going to do that pull off. So the note, the melody note, is that, but just to make it sound a little bit fancier, we get that. So you're going to do pull off again to the 2nd fret. So it probably helps, to be honest, if you have all 3 fingers ready, and then you play your open string, and finally we're going to go 2nd fret of the 3rd string, little finger on the 5th fret of the 4th string, and you're going to play 3rd string, 4th string with your thumb, then 2nd fret, 4th string, and then 5, 2, 0. So the whole of the A part goes like this. And then you play that twice, and that's the whole of the A part. So the B part starts with a similar kind of lick to what we described in the 5th bar of the A part. So it's that little slightly awkward maneuver where you're going to play the 3rd string, then the 2nd string with the little trill. This time you're going to play the 4th fret of the 3rd string, but again you're going to do it with your thumb, because otherwise you'd have to go, which is quite a workout to play all 3 of those with your finger, especially at speed. Sounds very scrappy if you do that, so if you use your thumb for that note, then you're going to play the 2nd string open, which is going to last for 2 quavers, and then the last quaver of the bar you're going to play your 1st string. So that's the 1st bar of the B. Into the 2nd bar of the B, and we're going to play the 2nd fret of the 1st string, pull off, 4th fret of the 3rd string, then your 2nd string, which again is a crotchet, and then the last quaver of the bar, you return to that B, which is your 4th fret of the 3rd string. So this is the B part so far. Oh, sorry. Then the 3rd bar is the same as the 1st. Then bar 12 is this, so you're going to play 2nd fret of the 1st string, drop thumb the 2nd, play the 1st string again, then open 1st string, drop thumb that note again, that's the B, and then the open G string. Then bar 13 is the same as the 1st bar. And then here we're going to do something slightly different. We're going to do semi-quavers again. So if you get your 1st finger ready on the E, which is your 2nd fret of the 1st string, hammer on your 2nd finger. Those are the 2 semi-quavers. So that's 1 and, then 2, which is 5th fret, and then your 2nd fret again at the end. I should have said, sorry, those are both hammer-ons, so we get... So 1, 2, and then you can actually pull off that last note as well. I've written that in the book. You could play it with your finger as well, but it's kind of easier just to do it in one go. Whichever you like, really. So that's 1 and 2, oh sorry, 1 and 2, 3, then 4, 5, 6, so that's 1st string, 4th fret of the 3rd string, and then your 3rd string, and finally the last 2 bars are go like this. So we're going to play, they're almost the same as the ending to the A. So we're going to play the 3rd string, drop thumb your F, which is your 5th fret of the 4th string, 2nd fret of the 4th string. Then we're going to do that awkward little grace note maneuver from the end of the A part. That one. And then the last bar is exactly the same. And that's the whole of the tune. So let me just recap the B part for you. And I'll just do it once again, but a lot slower, just if you want to try and play along. Here we go. So... So I hope hope you enjoyed that one. Next we'll go on to Saddle the Pony. In case any of you were hopelessly confused watching that video, by the way, there are 2 tunes called Saddle the Pony. In fact, I think there are more than 2 tunes. So if you think that's not what I thought was Saddle the Pony, you're kind of right, basically. So anyway, this is Saddle the Pony. It's one of my absolute favourite tunes. So it's written in the book that this is in D major, which it kind of is, but it feels like a key change because it's basically in, with the capo on, it's in A mixolydian. So that's kind of A major, but with a flattened 7th. Don't worry too much if that doesn't make any sense, but basically that's why it feels like a bit of a key change. It's basically where you take an A major scale and you flatten the 7th note of it, so you get a slightly different sound. Lots of folk tunes do that. So Saddle a Pony starts, if you were playing the tune on its own, it starts with a little upbeat, which is an E, so that's fret 2 of the 1st string. So that's like quaver 6. So if you were just playing the tune on its own, you'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, and then you go into the tune. Because I played the Hag with the Money first, and Hag with the Money covers all 6 quavers of the last bar, I actually didn't play that note in the medley. So that's just if you're playing the tune on its own, or at the beginning or something. With this tune, you just leave that upbeat out completely. And we're going to go from the big. So I'll just take you from the beginning of the A part, the proper A part. So here we've got a little ornament right at the beginning here, which is written very precisely, where you've got a dotted quaver. A dot means that you add half the value of the note. So instead of just 1 quaver, it's 1.5 quavers, and then you've got 2 semi quavers squeezed in right before the 3rd quaver. Now, don't worry too much about how complicated that sounds. It's just a very kind of Irish way of playing that particular kind of melody. Because basically what we're going to do is play the 1st note, which is that one. So that's your 1st string. So that's quaver 1. Quaver 3 going forward is your 2nd string. So if you were to take those 2 little notes out, you'd get this. And that's really what the melody is. But to make it just a little bit fancier, what a lot of fiddle players do and other musicians do is they squeeze in a couple of these very quick notes just before the 3rd quaver. So you hang on to that 1st note, and then you put those 2 little notes in before. So you've got your 1st string, then you hammer on 2nd fret, pull off again, and then your 3rd quaver is that one. So 1, 2, 3, like that. So you've squeezed those 2 notes in right before that 3rd quaver, but it's crucial that you start that 3rd quaver on time. So 1, 2, 3, like that. That's how it sounds. Hope that makes some kind of sense. If you want to do the absolute mathematics of it, you're welcome. But basically, yeah, it's just squeezing in 2 very quick notes before the 3rd quaver. Then for the 2nd group of quavers, we've just got B, G, G. So that's your 4th fret, the 3rd string, pull off, and then play it again. So you get like that. Then we've got one of those little trills that we did in the Hag with the Money. So you're going to play the 1st string, but you're going to do a very quick hammer on the 2nd fret and pull off at the same time. And then you're going to play your 3rd string with your thumb, and then again with your finger. So it sounds like that. Then 4, 2, 0 on the same string. So far this is what we've got. Then the 3rd bar is essentially like the 1st bar again, but we're just going to simplify it a little bit. Woohoo! So here we're going to play 2, 0 on the 1st string, and then your 2nd string, and then the same last 3 notes that we had in the 1st bar, 4, 0, 0 on the 3rd string, like that. Then we're going to form that shape which we saw in the Hag with the Money as well. So fret 2 of the 3rd string and fret 5 of the 4th string, so it's kind of like a little F shape. And we're going to play 3rd string, 4th string, 3rd string, and then we're going to play, if you take your 1st finger off, play your 2nd string and do that little twiddle, return your 1st finger to the 3rd string and play it with your thumb, and then the fourth string again. So that bar sounds like this. That's bar 4. Then we're going to play the first bar again. Then bar 6, we're going to play the same 3 notes we just played. Then first string open, second, third. So bar 6 goes like this. Then we're into bar 7. Now here we've got a little manoeuvre that I really love the sound of, where basically we've got a semi-quaver followed by a dotted quaver. So what that basically means is normally you have 2 quavers that are of even length. This time we've got the first one is half as long and the second one is twice as long. So instead of 1, 2, 3, we're going to get 1 and 2, 3. So you're going to play the second fret of your first string and then the 5th string. It's great having a 5th string in these situations. So, and then you're going to play that first string again. So just be clear how that sounds. If it was written with no dots or anything, it would be 1, 2, 3. Instead, it's going to be 1 and 2, 3, like that. Then we're going to sort of hammer on, leave your finger on, and hammer on to the 3rd fret as you hit the string. So this is another grace note. So you're going to hammer as you hit the string, pull off back to the 2nd fret, and then play the 1st string. So that bar sounds like this. Like that. And finally, to finish off the A part, the last bar, you're going to play the 2nd string with that little twiddle. Then drop thumb the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. Play the 5th fret of the 4th string. Then 2nd fret of the 3rd string again, hammer onto the 4th fret, and play the 2nd string. So that bar sounds like this. So let's just summarise the A part. So this is how it sounds, ignoring the upbeat at the beginning. Again, but hopefully right. So that's the A part for you. Let's go on to the B part. So the B part starts with another of these sort of offstring pull-off situations. So we're going to play the 4th fret, of your 3rd string, and then you're going to use, I use my index finger to pull off the 1st string just with your left hand, so not with your right hand, and then play the 1st string again. Oh, sorry. That's it. And then sounds going well. 2nd string, hammer on the 4th fret, and then play the 4th fret again. So that bar in full sounds like this. Then the 2nd bar starts the same. And then we're going to do another little of those trills. So 1st string, quick hammer and pull off on the 2nd fret as you do it. Then you're going to play 4th fret of the 3rd string and then open 3rd string. So far in the B part, this is what we've got. Then the 3rd bar of the B part is the same as the 1st. Then we're going to steal something from the A part. So we're going to play the last bar of the A part again. So that was the one where you basically have that little F shape. So that's 2nd fret and 5th fret, and you do that little trill. Then we've got the 1st bar again. Then we've got that again, so that's 4, 0, 0 on the 3rd string, and then on end of bar 14 we're going to play 0, 2, 3 on the 1st string. and then you'll be very pleased to know that you've learned basically all the tune, because the last 2 bars are the same as the last 2 bars of the A part. And that's the whole of the tune. So let me just give you a quick recap of the whole tune, slowly. It goes like this. And again. B part. And again. And then I just finished with that chord, which is your G chord in double C tuning. So 2nd fret on both the C strings, so the 4th string and the 2nd string. And that's about it. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was helpful to kind of break it down. Obviously the book is available exclusively on Amazon, so do get the book if you fancy having the tabs there. I have a Patreon page with lots of different technique videos and exclusive tabs and performances. You can have lessons with me as well. I do one-to-one Skype teaching, and when circumstances allow, I also gig pretty extensively. But anyway, thank you so much for your support. I hope you enjoyed that, and happy picking. Stay well, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Thanks very much.